Hello, I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition, and in our first segment, we will go to Festival Park for a full night of activity for Elgin's National Night Out Against Crime. Saturday, September 24th, it will be the 30th Annual Cemetery Walk at Bluff City Cemetery. Laura and Steve Stroud have all the details. Jason Pulowski, the Director of Marketing and Special Events for the Elgin Area Chamber, joins me and tells us about a big event slated for September 30th at the Heritage Ballroom and the center of Elgin. Co-chairs Rich Jacobs and Joe Basallo have all the exciting details of the 9th Annual Elgin Short Film Festival, slated for Saturday, September 23rd at the Hemmons Cultural Center. And a bonus feature this year, Chamber Music on the Fox. The Mayor David Captain segment includes a visit with Elgin Special Events Coordinator Barb Kiselica from atop the Spring Street parking garage as the Mayor and Barb and myself talk about the upcoming Nightmare on Chicago Street on October 21st. We'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today. The first Tuesday in August took us to Festival Park as part of the Elgin Police Department's National Night Out Against Crime. A big gathering took place. From the Elgin Police Department, Sherry Aschenbrenner tells us this.
This is our third year at Festival Park. I think it started at about 1,000 the first year, where I think we're close to 1,500 this year. Maybe more.
Crowd seems to love it.
I know. And now, we at a draw was the Dixie Band, the Daisy Band, Wild Daisy Band, the country music band. That's a huge draw. The SWAT guys are getting dunked. Constantly. That's huge. Yeah. So we got some new stuff, and I think it's bringing more people down. They're going to do a live extrication now with the fire department, and then the canine dog is coming on at 7:30. So tons of stuff. Look at all the activity for these kids.
It's great for city because we still have like 40 block parties, as you mentioned.
40 block parties are going on right now, simultaneously as this is going on. So at 8 o'clock, though, all those mascots, all those dignitaries, all the police officers are all coming down here at 8 o'clock. So it's going to be packed.
We have the best of both worlds.
I know. This is fun. And look at this weather.
Thanks, Sherry. Now let's check in with the Elgin Police Department SWAT team and the dunk tank. Well, Sergeant, we're having great fun here, aren't we?
Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic weather. We're just starting to get people coming out, so it's great.
And your crew, your SWAT team's working hard, aren't they?
Oh, they're working hard. They're staying wet. As you can see, they got the dunk tank going in the background. We have our robots. We have all of our fancy equipment out here for everybody to try out.
We know that's Nick up there. Tell me about Nick.
Nick Kozicki. Nick's been on the team, I think, 7 years, and obviously he loves getting wet.
Well, he's doing a great job. It's fun to see the community and having fun with you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Everyone loves coming out and checking everything out, all the parts of the police department and all the different units that we have out here, so it's a lot of fun. You
got everybody out here, don't you?
Yeah, we have even the coroner's office. I know the state's attorney will be out here in a little bit, and police department, traffic division, the gang units out here. Everyone, this is kind of the ending spot for the evening.
A big part of the night was the Elgin Fire Department after a car accident, showing how they get an injured person out of the wreck. As Assistant Fire Chief Brian McMahon told us the details.
Once they establish that the scene is safe, they're going to immobilize the vehicle or stabilize the vehicle. So that's what you saw when they were putting those stair-step chocks underneath the vehicle, and then you had somebody come around and they pulled they flattened the tires so that the car chassis now sits down on those blocks. If you've got the suspension that could still move, that car can roll around, and if your patient's got a C-spine injury or back injury, you can exacerbate that. So you want to make sure that car doesn't move or the vehicle doesn't move. So after they stabilized it, then they went to work on trying to gain access. And so you could see they took the jaws of life and they made a purchase point in the side of the door and eventually popped that door open, pulled it back, and then cut it off at the hinges so that they could gain access to the patient. They did that with the rear door as well, and then they did that also with what's called the B-pillar, which is right behind the driver's side door. After they got those out, then you have access to the patient. They brought the cot in, and then carefully, and I don't know if you noticed, they also had put a cervical collar on the patient at some point when they first got there, and they had somebody in the car with the patient the whole time talking to him, making sure that he's doing okay and tending to his needs. Once they got to that point, then they took him off onto a longboard, did their C-spine immobilization, and then put him in the ambulance.
And that's the night, National Night Out Against Crime. We'll see you the first Tuesday in August next year. Our second story this time looks back into Elgin history in a very unique way.
I am Laura Stroud, and I'm here with my husband Steve. We are co-chairs of the Elgin History Museum's annual Cemetery Walk, which is going to take place this year, Sunday, September 24th, right here at Bluff City Cemetery, where we are right now. And we are so excited about this year's walk because it is the 30th walk for the museum, which is pretty amazing that the museum has been able to hold this every year for 30 years. We have 6 characters planned and 4 vignettes. And we are looking forward to having a big turnout. We usually see between 500 and 600 people. Yeah, everybody come on out. It's going to be a great day. It's always a great day. The weather's always nice, and it's a beautiful walk in this beautiful historical cemetery. It dates back to 1888, I believe. And we even have wildlife roaming through here with the deer and all that. So yeah, put on your walking shoes and come out for a nice afternoon in the cemetery.
Steve, what do you have to tell us about this great day?
Well, we're having something different this year. We're going to have a small food court. And for those of you with limited mobility, we will have a bus. You just need to make reservations on the bus. And that's about all I can add.
We sure look forward to this day every year.
We do. And we have so many hardworking volunteers that help us put this walk together. There's no way we could do it on our own. And everybody is excited about it. And we have all our characters ready to go. And so it's going to be a great day. Now, the cost is $12 in advance for Elgin History members, and seniors 65 over, it's $10. The day of the walk, it's $15. Children under 12 and under are free, and we do have group rates for people 8 or more.
And you brought one of the characters with you today, didn't you?
We certainly did. Fred Traub happens to be here with us today, and he's going to tell a little bit of his story that he's going to present the day of the cemetery walk.
My name is Mike Delahoy, and I'm proud to present Elgin's first baker and bakery this year at the Cemetery Walk. Back in the middle 1880s, Fred Traub and his family decided to go against the grain of culture and actually open a bakery selling breads, pies, cakes, and cookies to all of those families that up until then had enjoyed the home-baked goods made by usually the ladies of the house. Taken over in the late 1930s, the 2 sons of the Traubs continued on with the bakery until it closed. You may know the bakery as being now Arabica Cafe there on Douglas. It'll be a pleasure to see all of you out here, and please come out and enjoy some free cookies on us.
We are right outside the Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce. Their office is right behind us. Director of Marketing and Special Events, Jason Pulowski, with us. Jason, how are you, sir?
Good morning, Jeff. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. When we think of information we need to hear about, we think of you, young man.
Well, thank you. I'm like the unofficial phone book next to you, of course.
That's right. You're as hot as a phone book.
Wow.
Yeah. What we have for you in September 30th, you've got a special event.
We do. It's our 13th annual Hablamos Espanol Expo. It takes place at the center of Elgin's Heritage Ballroom. Starts at 10 a.m., goes to 1 p.m. It's an annual celebration of the Hispanic business community here in Elgin. So we have multiple businesses represented there. All of them will have a Spanish-speaking representative there. So the community comes out, gets a chance to visit these businesses that we help out, and they'll get the chance to learn more about the business community. They'll get a little bit more of a chance to learn about the nonprofit community that we have. That
City of Elgin as well?
Correct. The City of Elgin, the police department, 311, places like that will be there. But we'll have food, live entertainment as well. So we actually have an interesting hook this year. Jeff, I know you're a big Pitbull and Enrique Iglesias fan.
All the recordings.
Do you want to regale us with a couple of your favorites?
I don't have my sheet music.
Okay. Well, we have 2 tickets to one lucky attendee of this year's Hablamos Expo to see the Pitbull Enrique Iglesias concert that's on October 7th, so that's the following weekend. And so one lucky winner will be drawn that day, but you have to attend, you have to complete our passport, and they'll get a chance to win those hot concert tickets.
On Passport, we have to sign in everywhere we go.
Yeah, there'll be a couple of different stations at the event at different tables and whatnot, and you complete the passport, and then you register, and you may be on your way to see Pitbull.
Boy, Carol Gieske will be there along with you.
She will, yes. Our entire chamber staff will be there. We'll have, again, businesses represented from around the community, members, and different businesses in the Elgin area.
I found it to be a great, relaxed way to really get information.
It really is, and I think the great thing about our community is, it is so diverse, and we want to be able to communicate with all of our residents here. And so, actually, September through October is Hispanic Heritage Month. So, actually, every weekend from September 15th through the middle of October, there's something happening for Hispanic Heritage Month. ECC does their Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. Centro de Información has their annual gala. Of course, we have our Hablamos event, and then the Gilbourne Library has their Hispanic Heritage Month. So every weekend we'll have an event calendar that people will be able to see, and it's all the different events that celebrate our Hispanic heritage here in Elgin.
Just like a modern phone book, like you said.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that'd be great. September 30th is the date. What the hours again?
It's September 30th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you'd like more information, you can visit our website at elginchamber.com.
Jason Pulaski with all the information. Got about 30 seconds left now. In October, you're always busy for Nightmare on Chicago Street.
Always busy. Barb Kaselica keeps us on our toes that entire month. Her cast of crazy characters. I'll probably be running the costume contest again over at the Y-Dub. So we encourage everyone to come out, dress up. Our panel of celebrity judges will judge you, and you may get to be on stage at the conclusion of it to be the best dressed in Elgin on Nightmare on Chicago Street.
What a night that's become, hasn't it?
It's an amazing night, and the city is really fortunate to have this event. We love it.
Later in the same show, Barb Kaselica and Mayor Captain will talk about this event, so it's fun. It's one of my favorite nights.
I can't wait to hear it.
Our cameraman, Jeremy Hayes, sometimes scared by some of the costumes.
Jeremy is sometimes scared of things.
So. I know. He sees me in video. He's scared to death. All right. Well, Jason, anything else?
That does it for us. See you from the chamber.
A walking phone book he is. Jason Pulowski got all the information. Director of Marketing in Chamber of Commerce, we should say. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm Rich Jacobs. I'm the co-chair for the Elgin Short Film Festival, and I have exciting news for the 9th annual Elgin Short Film Fest scheduled for Saturday, September 23rd. I am proud to announce our collaboration with Chamber on the Fox, who will be performing that evening as a part of the festival. The evening will start at 5:30 with the Chamber performing a new score by composer Darren Hagen for the Charlie Chaplin classic silent film, The Tramp. It's a new score that was created for the 100th anniversary of Charlie Chaplin's The Tramp. We're very excited to have them as a part of our film festival. It's 30 minutes long. It starts at 5:30. It'll end right before our red carpet arrival ceremony and then the 7 o'clock festival showing. It's all for the same price of $7 for the ticket. It's the best deal in Elgin to see film and collaboration of other organizations here in Elgin, and we're very, very proud. I also like to do a big shout out to the Palmer Foundation for underwriting Chamber Music on the Fox's production and performance here at the Hemmons. And I believe that this is a Hemmons debut of this particular score, written in 2015.
We're having a great run up to this festival, and we're really excited about it. We have Chamber Music on the Fox starting at 5:30, performing an original piece. We're really excited about that. This red carpet reception is going to start at 6:15. Outside, we bring in old cars, singing, dancing. There's all kinds of things that happen on that red carpet, besides having these young filmmakers and directors walk the red carpet, talk to you, talk to the crowd, and get involved. They really enjoy that. It brings a really big Hollywood feel to us. We have a lot of good movies, and we have over 30 films in right now. I know right as you and I speak, I believe I have a selection committee that's sweating it out and trying to figure out which one's going to go. But from what I've seen of them, there's some fabulous films this year. The Fringe Festival, the weekend before the festival, we are part of the Fringe. We will be Friday and Saturday night at the Blue Box Cafe that weekend. And we're going to be showing the top 3 films, well, to get into the finals. The top 2 by selection committee automatically make the finals. The audience votes which one make the final slots in both the animation and live action category. Last year, the film that the audience voted on was the winner of the overall festival. So we really encourage you to check out the Fringe Festival, check us out that weekend before, get a flavor for what's coming, as well as, hey, Fringe is just an awesome event as well. So we really look forward to seeing everybody out that weekend as well.
Ticket price is only $7.
$7. It is the best deal in Elgin. There is no doubt about it. Not only do you get fabulous new written music and a film score, as well as the films, the dancing outside on the red carpet, it's a fabulous evening. And, you know, Mike Toomey. How you can't go wrong with Mike Toomey on stage.
He's tremendous. Good work. This is a great event for Hemmons in the city.
It is, and it brings everybody together, and it's really bringing a lot of people in from out of town. So if you're out of town, tell your friends. I know I got friends coming all the way from Indiana, so bring your friends. It's going to be a fabulous event.
Our next two segments come from Riverside Drive and the Promenade, as on back-to-back weekends in August, events took place here. So let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Margie Olszewski, and I'm an artist, and I'm here at the Art and Soul on the Fox in Elgin, and we're having a great time. We're having perfectly wonderful weather, and we are now, for the first time, we are on the Riverside Drive, right along the Fox River, and really loving our new location. I do digital artwork. This is all pictures that I create on my computer. I start with a blank screen, and I paint with my mouse or with a stylus.
This is Toby Shaw, just down here at Art and Soul here on the river. Great to see all the artists out today and a lot of people walking around. Beautiful weather. What's nice to see is just how varied the different types of artwork out here, from sculpture to painting to metalwork. Even a young gentleman who's an entrepreneur making pens. So just a neat selection, and hopefully lots of folks got to come out and enjoy it today.
Hi, I'm Carol Rauschenberger, City Council person, and I'm here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon at Art and Soul on our riverfront, and I'm really glad to be here, and we've had some great crowds so far today, and I think there's some really great art. I'm just starting, but on my way down to see a lot of wonderful things and artists here in Elgin.
Jeff, downtown today on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Elgin, and Art and Soul has a little bit of a different look this year. They're along the Fox River, along the promenade. I've just walked through, and the artists are very happy with the new layout. It creates like a little alleyway with artists on both sides. Very nice and comfortable space. Music is in DuPage Court. The businesses all seem to be full. The restaurants are full. I guess that's what it's all about.
Then next at the Riverside Drive Promenade, the following weekend, a very first-time event took place, raising funds for several good causes.
Welcome to Elgin Rotary Club's Craft Beer Fest for inaugural first year. We're here to support the YMCA, PADS, Food for Greater Elgin, and the Ecker Center. They all brought some volunteers to help us out pull off this incredible event behind me. Hundreds of people enjoying over 60 craft beers. We see this as a signature event on the promenade for downtown Elgin for years to come. We were brainstorming a signature fundraiser for our small club of about 30 people. Rotary Breakfast Club has been around for about 30 years, and we really wanted to give back to the community in a more impactful way, and we thought of this as a timely, popular fundraiser that was successful in other areas, and we wanted to bring it to Elgin.
Hey Jeff, thanks for giving me an opportunity to talk about the great afternoon that I'm having over here at the Elgin Craft Brew Festival, sponsored by the Elgin Rotary. It's a fantastic event on the beautiful Elgin Promenade. Couldn't ask for better weather, and it's another example of the community spirit that we have in this great city of Elgin. The Rotarians have done a fantastic job doing what's necessary to provide a wonderful Saturday. Looking forward to making this an annual event in the city.
And the city manager went on to say just how beautiful the promenade looked.
It does, Jeff. It does. And a little bit later on, we're going to have some art to take place on these pedestals. The investment that the city's made in this area of the city is turning out for the best, and I can't tell you how excited I am to see the progress that's being made.
Ribbon-cutting ceremonies took place on Saturday, August 19th for Elgin's newest and its 76th park, as Woodview Park, just west of the Eastside Recreation Center, officially opened. The park includes a spray ground, which saw Elgin City Council member Rose Martinez having some fun with it. Also in attendance, Elgin's community couple Jack and Marlene Shales, who stayed for the celebration and enjoyed a hot dog, as did Randy Riopel, Parks and Recreation's director. Going to wrap up this edition of Elgin Today. Our final story. Mayor, you've got us outside, don't you, Mayor David?
We
Kaplan?
sure are. We're on the roof of the parking deck with Barb Koselica. She's the queen of special events for the city of Elgin. And we're going to talk a little bit about probably the signature event now for the city is the Nightmare on Chicago Street and how that came about. And Barb tells me this is the 7th year of this event, and it just got bigger and bigger. And it was really something, I think that's probably the things happen sometimes in the best way.
Yeah.
It was unexpected and it just took off. So, Barb, give us a little history. How did the idea come up? Who were the original people that worked on it, put the first group forward, and how did it get to where it is today?
And congratulations for making it such a great event.
Oh, thank you. So back in 2009, unfortunately, the city had to get rid of the Fox Fire Fest, which was at the time our signature event. We had some learnings from that. One of the things was we were competing with Naperville and Schaumburg for a lot of the summer 3-day festivals, and we just weren't getting any leverage. So one of the ideas came up was let's do something that's unique that nobody else within the area is doing. And Halloween popped up. And we were very fortunate at the time, and they're still here with us in Elgin, Acme Design, which is back on Union Street, had a lot of connections to, we have Sven Gulli who's there now every year, prop makers, very integral with Sony and stuff like that. So we were able to sit down and kind of brainstorm on what we want it to look like. I laugh a lot of the times because people assume that I like zombies and Walking Dead, and I didn't even know what a zombie was, but it was trending and it was popular, and we've gotten really lucky that it's still popular to this day.
No question about that. And Sven Gulli, again, as you know, from Acme, all of his set on TV comes from Acme, doesn't it?
Correct.
They refurbished it in recent years.
Yes, and they're very good friends, and he's such a great guy.
He is. He's wonderful with that, Mayor.
I was out the event was probably 5 years ago, and
Not the heart
he
attack
got a new
story.
coffin. Yes, it is.
The heart attack story.
Right afterwards, and we had met him and. In the back room, the green room down there, and we're going to give him the new coffin. I guess his coffin was falling apart on the stage, and what a great guy, and just had a good time with him, and I think that's what this is all about. And I think that's it's amazing to me that this caught on like it was, but Barbara's right, that it was just something that we hit at the right time. And the zombie thing, I said, well, I thought this might go on 2 or 3 years and then it's going to fade out. But it doesn't. And I think it's just great fun for people. And young people, older people, and there's kind of a age limit here. It's a restricted a little bit.
It's for adults, really.
And people say, do you have to have a costume? No, you don't. You can just come and walk around.
I've seen you. I thought you were wearing one, Mayor.
Well, yeah, I always look that. I always look like that. And stop and have a drink and a cold beverage, adult beverage, and walk around a little bit. And it's right at the time of the year. And I think one of the things, and maybe Barb will correct me here, but I think we've been very fortunate with the weather. And it's a one-night event, and a tremendous amount of calories and effort goes into making that event happen.
Now, last year the Cubs won the World Series.
Yeah, well, Barb does that, and Barb, tell us a little bit about what goes into putting this thing together in one day and over a weekend.
So we're very fortunate. We have 7 committee members that work on it all year round, and it's like a perfect storm. Those committee members have expertise in different areas. So for specifically, Fred Wims does all of our builds. He's out there every weekend. We have a barn out on the west side of Elgin building props. And then Judy Brownfield is out and around getting actors and working with the schools. We have, the last couple of years, we had a marching band here from one of the high schools.
And they were zombies.
They were zombies, but just trying to give a local flavor to the event that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. So our committee works really hard. We do conferences, we do conventions throughout the year just to be able to reach our niche target demographic.
And Barb and Mayor, so many Chicagoans and area folks come out.
Well, they come from all over, and that was, I think, one of the amazing things when it first went viral. In the first year, we had people come from all around, and then by then it's word of mouth, and we really don't advertise it a lot on our own. It's just that we don't put ads in the Tribune or things like that anymore. But I think it's just been a great event, and I think one thing of note. It was probably a year or 2 into the event, I talked to the police. I said, well, have there been any problems? I said, when you have people that are wearing masks and they have a few too many drinks, that you can have some issues. And they said, honestly, virtually nothing. They did have one suggestion that we move the ATM machine inside the fence because people
Yeah.
had to go outside and then come back in. So really, there's been very crime-free, and I said, so people can have a good time. And you have 10,000 people down here that can have a good time, and there are no problems. It's just a good event.
Zombies never die. They just search for the Nightmare on Chicago Street in Elgin, I think.
Yes, so it's October 21st this year from 6 to 11. Tickets will be going on sale within the next couple weeks, so visit www.nightmareonchicagostreet.com.
Wonderful it is. And John Steffen, his costume every year is frightening yet good.
He seems to be a zombie Abraham Lincoln
Yeah.
every year, yes. So definitely if you see him, get a picture.
That's wonderful. And Mayor, as you mentioned, so many folks get involved with it, all kinds of groups and crew.
Absolutely, and it takes a tremendous amount of work. People, some people from Bartlett, matter of fact, asked me. I was at a meeting, and they had heard about it, and they said, "Well, does it go on for the whole weekend?" I said, "Oh no, we have to shut down some major streets." And I said, "It's a huge undertaking to get it set up and ready to go." On the afternoon of, and I said during the middle of the night, they're tearing it down to get everything out of the way so that the traffic can flow. I said it's a tremendous undertaking. A lot of people are working together, but it's got itself now. Barb and the committee have it pretty much orchestrated, and as long as it can, we keep going like that. Well, I'm happy to. I think the city council is happy to sponsor it, and we're happy to let this thing be a great event for us.
Nightmare on Chicago Street. We took a walk down East Chicago a couple years ago and met all the folks. It was one of the wonderful times we had video.
Yes, it was great.
Yeah, a lot of scary folks.
Yes, and as the mayor noted, a lot of people from different areas coming to Elgin to see Elgin and experience Elgin for the first time. So we're excited to show off our great city and all the stuff that the city council has done as far as redevelopment of our downtown.
No question. How big a crowd have we gotten over the years?
So last year was our biggest. We had about a little bit less than 16,000.
That's great. That's
great. People have asked Barb and I just talked about it briefly on the way over here, that can it get bigger? And people say, well, can you make it bigger? And I think it's at the size now where it starts to get size limiting.
Sure.
And you have to close off too many streets, and it just gets to be unhandleable. And you've seen events like that where they try to grow and it actually ends up ruining the event, or causing it becomes counterproductive.
We're up on Spring Street parking deck right now in East Chicago, right below us. So that's why we're right out here. But this area works so well for it.
It does, and if you want a great view, definitely take advantage of our VIP parking. In this deck, it's about $20, but you can see the whole streetscape and all the people, and it's really cool.
Do you get VIP parking?
No, I don't. I end up, you know me, Jeff, I walk. I'm
Yeah,
Mr. Cheap, and I walk.
We walked up 4 flights to get to the top deck here. Barb, it's a delight that you've been involved with this, and it's a great showcase for Elgin.
It is, and hopefully everybody can come out.
And Mom's so proud of you.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. Mayor, any final thoughts?
No, Jeff, we're looking forward to it at the end of October. We're going to hope for good weather again, but I don't think it'll really make a big difference at this point. I think people are just excited about the event, and rain or shine, we'll move on and look forward to a great event. And we'll look forward to being here again next month.
If the temperature hits 40, we've got 17,000 folks here, don't we?
I hope so.
What's your costume this year?
Probably this.
Yeah, well, Judy Brownfield will work on that. No, it looks good. It looks good.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, we're going to get Barb Kaselica, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
It's called Nightmare on Chicago Street. And October 21?
October 21st.
All right, 6 to 11 that night?
Correct.
Admission cost is?
It's $15 at the gate and $12 in advance.
All right, anything else, Mayor?
Can't beat the price.
All right, you heard it right here. So we'll say so long for this edition with Mayor David Captain. You can learn more about the information you saw here in Elgin today or about city services, programs, and events by going to the Elgin website at www.cityofelgin.org. And now the City of Elgin has a 311 contact center. Elgin 311. Call, click, connect by calling 311, the city's information and request resource. For everyone here at Elgin today, I'm Jeff Myers. We'll see you next time.
Ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Good. It's officially over. It's open.
All right. You are a trooper. We got to get that scales down here.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Do you like it? Do you like the park? Yeah. It's nice. Yeah. For you guys. Really fun.